All right, so in this video, I'm going to talk about a deal I bought last year that was enough. It's going to make me enough money to replace the average American's income. So I'm going to go through that here on this video. Like I said, I bought it last year, 2024, towards the end of the year. I have a lease structure in place that by the end of this year in 2025, it will make me basically the same amount as an average American. So if you go over here and look at what the average American income is, it's $39,982. So in the video, I'm going to cover how I found the deal, how I financed the deal, the terms of the deal, and then how much the deal is actually going to make me. So just a brief introduction, like I did before in the last video. Commercial real estate broker for 7 years. I've done over 100 deals. Started investing in residential real estate, but then I shifted my focus into commercial real estate last year and acquired 7 different buildings, 2 of which I own the majority of, and then the other 5 are minority equity positions. I started a podcast to document it, so be sure to check that out, and I'll link that. So why commercial real estate? I'm just going to briefly touch on this because I did in the last video, and I'll link it right here. But most people start in residential real estate, which it's definitely a possibility to do, and I don't necessarily not recommend doing that because that's actually what I did and how I bought this deal, which I'll get into later. But you can start in commercial real estate. It's possible. So commercial real estate is different because it's valued on the income, and you can force appreciation. Residential is valued on the comps. Like I said, I'm not going to go into detail on that. I'll link the other video that goes into detail on why that's important right here. But other than that, so let me just get right into it. So commercial real estate, if you find a good deal with good terms, you can generate thousands of dollars a month in cash flow. So how did I find this deal? I joined CityPlat, the brokerage firm I'm at, about 2 years ago, and I pulled a list of properties of all the deals surrounding properties that they owned, because I figured, they own the assets in this area, they're going to look for more. So I just started cold calling. And let me just tell you, I find probably 80% of my deals through cold calling, or maybe even more. And, if you can do that one thing, you can differentiate yourself from everyone else, because people aren't willing to pick up the phone. They're too scared. They're too nervous. So I cold called, found a deal, brokered a different deal. Through that deal, I met a property manager, built a good relationship with him, and eventually he sent me the deal we bought. And I told him, hey, I told him what we were looking for. That was a crucial piece. I said, hey, I'm looking to buy a smaller commercial real estate deal, an industrial building in this area for maybe like $1 million or less. And it'd be even better if it was seller financing. So when he came across that deal, he thought of me and he called me and said, hey, I've got this deal. Would you be interested in it? And I said, absolutely. So let's get into this down here. How did I finance the deal? So in 2021, my wife and I bought a primary residence. We lived there for about a year, and then we moved out, rented it to a tenant. They were there for 2 years, and then after about 3 years, I realized, hey, I have a good amount of equity in this deal. Let me see if they'll sell it, they'll buy it from me. So I decided to sell it. Reached out to them. They said they'd sell it. We sold it and ended up netting probably about $100,000, which sounds crazy to me. And if you're listening and you're new, that probably sounds crazy. It is crazy, but it's possible if you do buy a residential deal. We bought it in, honestly, a pretty tough time in the market. It was a hot market, so pricing was high. We just bought a deal that we're very fortunate to get a good deal on that house. We bought it for $175. It was probably worth about, I'd say $215, $220 when we bought it. We ended up selling for $275, so that's where we netted about $100,000. So we took the profit and did what's called a 1031 exchange, which I'll do another video on later. It's basically just a way to defer your taxes and not pay any taxes on the gain immediately. Eventually you do have to. And then we rolled that, took the $100,000 into this commercial deal. So we used seller financing. We were able to get a really good terms in seller financing, which I'm going to get into the numbers in just a minute. But I was going to show real quickly pictures of the deal. So this is the warehouse we bought. It's in North Carolina. It's 18,400 square feet, and I love it. I think it's a really good looking building. So let me get into the numbers here. So we bought it for $800,000, which is $43 a foot. $43 a foot. So in the commercial real estate world, a lot of ways that people look at and evaluate a deal is cap rate, but that's a good way to look at a deal. But a better way to do it is through price per foot, because then you can really see how much value. So if we were to go build this building right now, it probably cost $150 a foot just for the building. And then also you have to add in the land cost. So it'd be quite expensive to build this. So we were able to buy it for $43 per foot. That is well below replacement cost, which is a good indicator of value. This is all the due diligence items we had to do. Phase 1, inspection, PCA, survey, floor plan, inspected the HVAC, origination cost, closing cost, and then 3 months of half payments. I'll get into that in a minute. And I'll do another video talking about different due diligence items. So we needed a total of $819,000. We got seller financing, like I mentioned. He was willing to seller finance 90% of the deal. So we only put 10% down, which equates to, on $800,000, equates to $80,000. So $80,000 plus all these other due diligence items equals $99,000 is what we needed, which that just so happens to be what we had in our 1031 exchange from selling the residential property. So the debt was $720,000, and the terms were 5.5% interest, 25-year AM, and a 5-year balloon. So basically 25 years is how far along, how long they're going to finance, how they're going to calculate the payments basically. And then the term is how long they're actually going to do it before you owe. So we'll pay payments equivalent to $720,000 divided by a 25-year term for 5 years. But at the end of the 5 years, we have a balloon payment due. So we leased it to a tenant, actually the day after we closed. Very fortunate to do that. And we leased it for $5.95 per foot. That's how you calculate commercial rent. So really this is just $5.95 times 18,413 gives you I think it's like $109,000 per year. So that's annually. And then obviously divided by 12, that's $9,130. So come down here, you have your TICAM expenses. So that's another huge benefit of commercial real estate. You have taxes, insurance, and common area maintenance that is passed through to the tenant. You actually don't pay that. So they pay a base rent of $9,000 a month. And then they also pay a TICAM charge of $16,000 a year, which I'm not sure exactly what that is per month. Let's say it's 16 grand. It doesn't matter, but anyway, 16,000 divided by 12, whatever that is. But the way it works is you have $109,000 plus $16,000 because they're paying you this back. So your total income is $125,000 for the year. And then you obviously take this out because you're actually paying for these things, but they're reimbursing you for it in the TICAM. So you take those out and your net income, which is just another fancy word for profit, gives you a 13.37% cap rate. So the interest rate is 5.5%. A good rule of thumb is if you can get 3 or 4 basis points above your interest rate, generally speaking, you're going to have a pretty good deal. We have almost, what's that? Almost 8% spread there, which is why this deal is such a good deal. So this is the debt coverage ratio, which basically just means how much more rent you're getting than the payment. So our payment on this deal is $4,400 a month. And if you take that times 2.06 to be exact, that's how much our rent is. So the cash flow on this deal for annually is $56,000 and $500,000. Excuse me, I can't talk. $56,000 per year, which is absolutely wild to me. And monthly, that comes out to $4,708. Like I said, I am a majority owner in this. There's a little bit of ownership that goes to somebody else because they really helped me with the deal. That's just mind-blowing to me. I don't say any of this to brag. It's just to show you the power of commercial real estate and why it is so much better than residential real estate, in my opinion. So I talked about the half payments up here. I want to get into that. So in order to fill the space, we were marketing it while we were under contract. We gave the tenant a good deal where the first quarter of 2025, they pay a quarter rent, which is right here, $2,280. The second quarter of the year, so 3 to 6 months of 2025, they're going to be paying half, and then the third quarter they're going to be paying a third, and then 3/4, and then the fourth quarter they're going to be paying full rent. So basically, what that means is we had to come out of pocket for half. Our mortgage is $4,400. So for the first quarter of the year, we had to come out of pocket half of the payment roughly. So this is the exact number. So all in, we were at $99K. So, this cash flow number hasn't hit yet, in half the second, or I guess this would be the second quarter of the year, our cash flow is going to be minimal, like a couple $100. And the third quarter is going to jump up to, somewhere around $2. And then Q4 of this year, we'll be making this monthly payment. And the lease length is 5 years. So after that, for the following 4 years, we're going to be having this cash flow payment plus an annual increase of 3%. So, this is wild to me. Like I said, extremely thankful, extremely blessed. This did come from a lot of hard work and grind to get to a deal like this. And then also it took action to, buy my first house and knowing I was going to turn it into a rental. So it's definitely not easy in terms of like acquiring something. It's hard work. You have to put in a lot of effort and you have to have a lot of patience, but it's very possible. And the moral of that story is like anybody can do it. It's not a hard concept. You just have to put in the work. So hopefully that's inspiring and shows you how it can really change your life. Like it's going to mine at the end of this year. And also I put a link in the description for a Google form where you can fill out kind of where you're at in your journey. If you want to talk to me one-on-one, I'm trying to help some people because I love commercial real estate. I have a podcast that's talking about helping people. I want to do more deals and I want to help beginners get into their first deal or people who are transitioning from residential into commercial real estate investing. I want to help you out. So if that is you, fill out the form. I'm going to do probably, I don't know how many people I'm going to do one-on-one calls with for free because what I want to do is discover what are the main questions that people have so that eventually I can put together some kind of video class or guide or something that will help people based on, common questions that people are asking in commercial real estate. So check it out. It's in the description below. And if you're new here, please follow, like and subscribe. Also check out our podcast. Thanks for watching.